includes a restriction that journalists not report on any news, even if unclassified, without official approval. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Ships streamed up and down the Delaware River in Philadelphia last week.
Thousands of people attended the boat parade to honor the Navy and the Marine Corps. The Navy began on the 13th of October, 1775. Less than a month later, the Marine Corps was formed on the 10th of November. Jason Walker reporting.
Breaking news at townhall.com. Correspondent John Gambrell reports from Cairo on where Iran stands following the Gaza ceasefire.
For years, Iran has been relying on a network of proxy groups that are known as the
Hello,
Axis
everybody.
of
Welcome
Resistance. That
in.
includes Lebanon's Hezbollah, Yemen's Houthi rebels, and other militant groups. But in the time since the Israel-Hamas war has been going on, Israel has been striking at these groups. And we've also seen rebels overthrow the government of Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad. This put together has really put Iran in a tight position, especially after the 12-day war in June that saw American warplanes bomb Iranian nuclear enrichment sites.
Diane Keaton, the Oscar-winning star known for films like Annie Hall and The Godfather, has died. People magazine reporting her death yesterday in California. Diane Keaton was 79. More on these stories at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor.
Okay.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVDF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
270.
Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WBBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
And good morning and welcome to Middleboro in Review. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is the October 12th, 2025 edition of Middleboro in Review. It is 7:09 a.m. I'm going to start the show off as we always try to do with our weather and our today in histories. And I'm going to do the today in histories first for today, October 12th, 2025. We have October 12th, 1692. The Salem witch trials are ended by a letter from the Providence of Massachusetts Bay Governor William Phips. 1793, the cornerstone of Old East, the oldest state university building in the United States, is laid at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. 1892, the Pledge of Allegiance is first recited by students in many U.S. public schools. And on October 12th, 1945, during World War, or just after World War II, but this is related to World War II, Desmond Doss is the first conscientious objector to receive the U.S. Medal of Honor. There's a great movie depicting a lot of the events that earned Desmond Doss that particular U.S. Medal of Honor. The Hacksaw Ridge, really great film. Andrew Garfield does a great job in that film. He plays Desmond Doss. Some other great actors are in there as well. Vince Vaughn is in there as well. Just a great movie, A Hacksaw Ridge, directed by Mel Gibson. Definitely a recommendation from me when it comes to war films. Hacksaw Ridge came in 2016. I've seen it dozens of times at this point. Just a really great film. One of my favorite war films. But Desmond Doss receives the U.S. Medal of Honor on this day in 1945. He's the first conscientious objector to receive that honor. Birthday birthdays for October 12th here. We have 1537, Edward VI, King of England, who wasn't King of England for that long. He died in 1553 at the age of, I believe, he was only 15 at the time. He was very sick during his life. He was king only for a couple of years. I think 6, if I'm not mistaken. 1576, Thomas Dudley, an English-American soldier and politician. He was the third governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. 1868, August Horch, German engineer and businessman. He founded the car company Audi, one of the big German car brands there, Audi. 1906, Joe Cronin, American baseball player and manager. 1921, Art Clokey, American animator, producer, screenwriter, and voice actor. He created the cartoon Gumby, which was very, very popular. 1935, Tony Kubik, an American baseball player and sportscaster. Also born on this day in 1935, Sam Moore, American soul singer and songwriter, died this year as well. He passed away earlier this year. Born this day in 1945, Dusty Rhodes, American wrestler. Of course, the father of Cody Rhodes, who is the current WWE champion right now. 1958, Jeff Keith, an American rock singer-songwriter, born this day. And born this day in 1960, Hiroki Sanada, Japanese actor and martial artist. He's a very great actor. A couple of things that he was in. There was a movie a couple of years ago, now at this point, with Brad Pitt and a couple of other actors as well, called Bullet Train. He was in it. Hiroki Sanada was in it as well, along with many other great actors and actresses that took part in that movie, Bullet Train. I've seen it about 20 times at this point. Again, just like I mentioned with Hacksaw Ridge. One of the movies, Bullet Train, that I've seen dozens and dozens of times at this point. One of my favorite films. But yeah, that is our Today in History's birthdays. And we don't have any passings today, just birthdays. But there is your birthdays and your Today in History. And we're going to say good morning to Don. Good morning, Don. How are you today?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I was just doing my Today in History's birthdays and stuff like that. And I got some really good ones today. Like what I mentioned on this day in 1945, Desmond Doss got the U.S. Medal of Honor. Desmond Doss was the first conscientious objector to get that honor. And I was talking about Hacksaw Ridge and how good of a movie that is.
You talked about Bullet Train. Is that the one with
Bullet Train.
Is that the one with Brad Pitt?
Yes.
Yeah, you've been getting me to try to sit down and watch that, and I
Yes, we have to.
Kicking and screaming.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It gives off. If anyone has seen Kill Bill, that's kind of the vibe this movie gives off. Bullet Train. It's very good, but it's very, very good. A lot of great actors in it. Of course, Brad Pitt's in it. Sandra Bullock is in it. You don't really see her until the end of the film.
Okay.
I'm not giving anything away. It's just you don't see her until the end of the film. Bad Bunny is in it. By the way, Bad Bunny is playing.
Bad Bunny's in it?
Bad Bunny's in it, yes.
Really?
He's in it for 10 minutes. Yeah. A couple of scenes. But and he's doing the Super Bowl this year. People have been talking about that.
I bet he's going to be great.
I think he's going to be good
I
too.
think he's going to be good. I mean, I don't know what just whatever. I mean, whatever the NFL wants to pick, they pick. I don't.
Exactly.
Whatever he wants to say on his own, it's America. You can say what you want. You know?
No, I was a little.
I'm not going to use anything against the guy.
I was a little surprised that they didn't pick Taylor, but I guess Taylor Swift didn't want to do it.
Well, I'm kind of glad they picked Bad Bunny over her. The whole Taylor Swift.
Well, if Taylor wanted to do it, they would have picked Taylor. Absolutely, 100% they would have picked Taylor. But Taylor didn't want to do it. Taylor turned it down.
I think most people would rather Bad Bunny than her, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, of course. Me too.
I really would. I mean, I'm so sick of hearing Taylor Swift.
So much Taylor Swift.
And her husband, her boyfriend, or what's his name?
Fiance now.
What's his name?
Travis Kelce.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sick of hearing it. I'm like, give me a break. Let's just play some football. We don't need any of this.
I know. But she's not doing that well this year, by the way.
Well, whatever. I wish her well too, but I'm just don't if you don't
No,
inject it into
of
my
course, we all do.
don't
But
inject it into my football. Okay?
Exactly.
Just don't.
exactly. Don't inject it into the football thing.
Football is almost royalty in this country because
Exactly.
we're coming back from Providence and we're on 95. We're in Attleboro. We just crossed over the state line into Massachusetts on 95. And who would we see? It had to have been.
It had to have been the Patriots.
Yeah, there were
12 buses.
5 academy buses with I don't know, 6 or 7 state police escorts. And I was asking Joey. Now, I didn't see any state police waiting because we just crossed the line.
I'm sure they're
The Rhode Island State Police. You think the Massachusetts State Police take them all the way, or do you think the Rhode Island picks
I
them up?
don't know.
That's curious. Anybody knows that answer? Give us a call.
Yeah, if anyone knows that, give us a call. 508-822-1106.
You know,
I would assume when they cross the Rhode Island border, the Rhode Island State Police would take over at that point. But I could be wrong. It could be Massachusetts State Police going all the way to of course it would be TF Green at that point.
well,
which is cool.
you think about it. They're there for security.
They're there for security.
So are they being deputized for Rhode Island in case if there's any problems, or they just turn around protect it? And then there's a contingent of state police, Rhode Island State Police, to take them to TF Green.
Well, if anyone knows that answer, 508-822-1106 is the number to call. All right, we got our weather. We got some pretty interesting weather coming in a matter of just a few hours, actually. Right now, it's currently 55 in Taunton, 61 degrees for the high, 51 for the low. It feels like it's only 49 degrees. A little bit of wind out there. Wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour currently. Rainy conditions are expected to begin at 11 a.m. and continue for a while. Really, I can maybe even through Tuesday. At least right now, it looks like we're at 100% for rain today, at 100% for rain for tomorrow, and at 90% for rain on Tuesday. It is going to be 61 today, 61 on Monday, and 60 on Tuesday, with the lows hovering in the 50s. So it's not going to cool down that much. The temperature is not going to change that much between those next couple of days. But once we get out of that, the temperatures at night change quite a bit. Wednesday, it'll be cloudy, 62 degrees for the high, 46 for the low, and then 42 for the low on Thursday with a chance of rain, and only 54 degrees for the high. We will not potentially, depending on how Wednesday and Thursday shakes out, we may not see the sun until Friday. Friday, clear skies, high of 60, low of 42 in Taunton. We have Newport Richey, Florida, 79 degrees for the high today, 63 for the low. It is currently 63 degrees. Clear skies. It'll be clear throughout the day today. Wind gusts up to 19 miles per hour, so it's a little windy there as well, making it feel a little bit cooler. But the low temperatures kind of hover around in the 60s. But you're going to see some 80s this week in Newport Richey as well. Okay, that's Newport Richey, Florida. Middleboro, Massachusetts, 55 degrees currently, 50 for the low, 61 for the high, and pretty much the same weather as we talked about for Taunton is going to happen in Middleboro. 66 degrees in Driscoll, Texas. Currently a low of 66 and a high of 88. So we're still in Texas, still hovering around in the 90s. Actually, will get into 90 a couple of times during the week. Really no rain either in the forecast. Driscoll, Texas, still pretty warm for middle of October now. Then in Driscoll, North Dakota, they got a wind advisory in effect. Windy conditions expected. This morning, wind gusts up to 23 miles per hour are making temperatures feel like they're in the lower 50s. A low of 42 tonight in Driscoll, North Dakota. The lows are kind of starting to hover around the 32 mark as well. So they might be getting their first frost anytime now. Like the lows tomorrow will be 36 degrees. But really the highs are struggling to get into the 60s. So pretty soon, a couple of months, we're going to be talking about Driscoll, North Dakota and how it's like 2 degrees. Anyway, with that, that's our weather. That's our today in history as well. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Is your hometown radio station. And one of the things we like to do to support people in your hometown is to run community announcements. If you belong to a nonprofit group or organization, or an official with the city or town government, send your community announcements to our email address. It's safe, it's fast, it allows us to get right back.
I didn't hear anything from Mark today, so no. No, to God be the glory today. Nothing. Didn't hear anything from Mark.
So we just put it on network until
I'll just put it on network until 11. At 9:30, I'll put it on network until 11 o'clock. Every half hour, I'll do a news. So, okay, 403. I know it was in the 400s.
Spark Street Auto Body, located in 48 Spark Street in Massachusetts.
Tuesday, I gotta call these people.
Complete auto service for your car. They are a
So we got-
repair shop for all major insurance companies.
Because this is the last one in the current thing.
583-1495. They're open.
I'll just tell them
Monday through
we were down for like- we were down for 5 weeks.
On Fridays. Call them
Yeah, that's why you haven't seen them in a while. When's the last time you seen them, May?
508-583.
Seen them a while.
Yeah. That's right.
Talk to them? Yeah. May. 152.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms.
Yeah, we haven't gone down there to pick up a check in forever.
Yeah, since May, right?
No.
Oh no, they mail it.
They mail it.
Yeah, I know that, Joe.
Many members
All these things
continue
I
to
know
serve
already.
in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate
I like to.
in many
I don't care, Joey. Just you deal with it.
charity
Good problem.
events each year. And
Can I finish my thought?
No, I don't care.
Cut me off. I
I
don't like
don't
that.
care.
I don't like that.
I don't
Cut
care.
me off.
So,
I'd like to. Not this cycle. Not this cycle, but
yeah,
next.
whatever.
Can you stop? Let me finish my freaking sentence.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway. I'd like to.
Wait, close that.
Next billing cycle, I'd like to actually pick up a check from them because I'd like them to, fill out a new contract, an updated contract. Or something. I think it's been a while since they've done that.
Well,
Anyway. Now that
I
that
got you a
thought out of
Pepsi because I love you.
Got that thought out of my head.
I got you a Pepsi because I
Let's
love you.
continue the show. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Well, it's in the other room. Should I brought it in?
No, I get the coffee right here. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe how hostage you are.
Well, that's not their. That's not our fault. Okay. Anyway, let's get this juice back up. Three, 2, 1. Okay, we are back. So I don't have to turn down anything because I let the
bumper.
I let everything play. I let the bumper play. Yeah. We have 2 minutes before the 7:30 news break. I want to quickly thank Alan Frawley for calling in with to talk about the Middleboro special town meeting. We talked on Friday about that. Some of the big things that happened, especially with the school committee and a couple of other things with Indus as well, and the other project that's happening near the train station. Talked a little bit about that as well. And we also talked about a little bit about South Coast Rail, what his thoughts were going into month number 7 here of South Coast Rail.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do you have to
Number
say?
7. His thoughts have not changed. His thoughts have not changed.
It hasn't been really.
His thoughts have not changed.
You know what? It's they should have went with. They should have went with the line through Stoughton and went that way with it. I mean, to have the line go between Middleboro and East Taunton, East Taunton would have got a station anyway, even if it went that.
Oh, yeah.
But to have that is pretty good to have as an option for people who want to run from Middleboro to Taunton. They don't go with town. I mean, I agree with that stretch of track, but let up. But you didn't need the new Middleboro station. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb. That's dumb. They have a station up the street. I mean, if you wanted to ride, say you're going to Lakeville and you wanted to go to Taunton, you just gotta have to go to Bridgewater and switch over. Yeah. And then head that direction if that line was open, if that was an option.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you got to build another station 10 feet from the station they built.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
And real quick, the upcoming schedule for the Friday show is going to be this upcoming Friday. We will have Estelle Borges on in the second hour, the 10 o'clock hour. We'll have her on, talk about a lot about Taunton issues as well. We'll probably get some updates on Bristol Plymouth as well, and much more. If you want to call in as well, sure, open phone
Yeah,
lines.
she's gonna be here for the whole hour, right?
That'd be good as well.
Yeah.
Yes, she'll be here for the whole hour, the 10
That's
o'clock
a good
hour on
opportunity.
Friday,
That's
the
a good opportunity
17th.
to call in, and she's running for mayor, so hope they're working.
Yeah, so if anyone has a question, this Friday, the 17th, during the 10 o'clock hour, call in. I'll have Estelle Borges on.
And plus, she's working so hard in the city council too.
Yes, the following Friday, the 24th, I'll have Paul as Roberchard. We'll be talking about Halloween. I'm sure we'll be talking about much more on that as well. And also we'll give an update about what's going on with his show over the next couple of weeks.
His
as well.
show is awesome. Saturday, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Cranberry Country Journal. He has a lot. He always gets a guest all the time. He's really good at getting guests, and if you listen to his show, it's such a Saturday at 10 o'clock. It reminds me of like morning cartoons in a way.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, it was a comfort thing to have, and to have Paul come on the radio at 10 o'clock and talk the way he talks, and you just feel so comfortable having him. and he interacts with his Facebook friends who watch him and stuff like that. And it's such a great show the way he presents it. You know, you look at all the different personalities you see on radio stations and TVs, and it's just like his is so unique. And when we have when we have an opportunity to go on his show a few times, it's great because he makes you feel like every time you meet him, he makes you feel like $1 million. He's such a good guy, you know what I mean?
And when we come back, I'll tell you about some of the other stuff that's happening on some of my shows as well. We're back.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Michael Harrington. President Trump says furloughed federal workers may not get any back pay after the government shutdown ends. White House correspondent Greg Cluxton reports.
In 2019, President Trump signed legislation into law that ensures
Hello,
federal
everybody.
workers receive back pay during a government shutdown. But last week he
It's
said
like,
there's no guarantee that'll happen this time.
The live is
president
going
told
well,
reporters
which is
there
good.
are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of. On Capitol Hill, however, House Speaker Johnson took a different approach, promising that federal workers will get back pay once the government reopens. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Florida is experiencing a domestic migration boom.
Florida's cumulative 10-year income gain from people moving into the state, including a number of billionaires, is just over $1 trillion. Former Trump economic advisor Steve Moore says this is by far the greatest shift into one state in American history. He calls it the Florida Gold Rush.
Correspondent Ken Lorman reports.
A lot of money.
Afghanistan says it has killed 58 Pakistan violations of its territory and airspace. Last week, Afghan authorities accused Pakistan of bombing the capital, Kabul, and a market in the country's east. Pakistan did not claim responsibility for the assaults. The Taliban government's chief spokesman said this morning that Afghan forces captured 25 Pakistani army posts.
Good morning. Thanks for your
The Chinese
kind words,
Coast Guard
Don.
ship has used powerful water
Anytime,
cannons
you're
and
the best.
rammed the Philippine government
Thanks
vessel
for the
near
notes.
Kichu Island
Appreciate
in the
it.
South China Sea.
Thinking about
The Philippine Coast Guard reports no injuries among the crew
Yeah.
of the ship, part of the
Joey's
fisheries
grandfather.
fleet.
nice
The
note.
incident, the latest flare-up of
Hey, you know-
ongoing territorial
Yes.
disputes involving
Yes, I
Manila and Beijing.
Thank you, Paul.
More on these
Love
stories at
letter.
townhall.com.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, he is
Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder,
gonna get a
launching
procedure
new
done
project, or just looking for that extra edge.
probably
your brain
no
needs
later than
valuable
Tuesday.
asset. And now there's a way to support it every day. Think Factor. From the makers of Relief Factor, Think Factor is built to help you stay sharp, nurture your memory, and boost your attention. It unlocks the mental
YouTube
clarity and
next Saturday.
precision you need to stay ahead of the game
Yes.
no matter the challenge.
We're doing that
It's
next
been a game
Saturday,
changer.
Paul, the
I have never
YouTube.
had such clarity,
For sure,
focus, and
100%.
concentration before. I love telling you about Think Factor. If you're a go-getter who refuses to settle, Think Factor helps you perform at your best and keep your edge. Call 800 the number 4RELIEF, 800 4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to order Think Factor. That's 800 4RELIEF, or go to relieffactor.com for Think Factor. Your first bottle, just $19.95. Think Factor. I'll bet it'll be a game changer for you like it has been for me. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Think Factor.
Voters in Cameroon are heading to the polls in an election that could extend the rule of 93-year-old President Paul Biya. Analysts predict Biya will win today's vote, continuing his leadership since 1982. He faces
93-year-old?
9 opposition candidates, including some former allies and appointees.
Did they say
That include
93
Donald
years
Magari,
old?
who was the Minister for Tourism, and Issa Bakari, who until recently
Okay.
served as the Minister of Employment. Polls
I
are
mean,
expected to close
cool.
at 6 p.m. local
I
time. The results
guess.
are expected by October the 26th at the latest. Nicolas Sarkozy, the former French president, has been summoned by the National Financial Prosecutor's Office to set a date for his incarceration. He's been sentenced to 5 years in prison for criminal conspiracy. He's accused of setting up a scheme meant to finance his 2007 campaign with funds from Libya. Sarkozy, who is 70 years
Libya?
old, says he's innocent and he's filed an
Okay.
appeal. News and analysis at townhall.com.
Insane.
I'm Michael Harrington. A missing Virginia store cat is found after it accidentally hitched a ride to another state.
Francine, a beloved calico cat living at a Lowe's in Richmond, Virginia, is back after a multi-state search. She's been a fixture there for 9 years after
Diane
wandering
Keaton
in
died,
as a
right?
stray. Then last month,
I heard
went
about that.
missing, says General Manager Mike Sida.
You see her look in the truck and she starts to pass it and then she darts back and shoots into the truck.
The truck went to the distribution center in North Carolina where Francine darted off. Finally, Humane Traps to get her back.
She has a home here as long as she wants to make Lowe's and store 1037 her home.
Store Supervisor Wayne Schneider. I'm Julie Walker.
Diane Keaton, the Oscar-winning star known for her films such as Annie Hall and The Godfather, has passed away. Diane Keaton was 79 years old. More on these stories at townhall.com.
All right. And we're back as I turn down the volume music and turn down my monitor so I don't have to hear myself. Anyway, what's coming up for Halloween? Well, Halloween's a Friday, and we will have Eric Dunn on with us. Last month, we had him on the last Friday of the month. This month, we're going to have him on the last Friday of the month. And then when we get to December, we're back to our first Friday of the month, which we usually do. The reason why we're doing it in the last Fridays of the previous month and this month were just some scheduling conflicts that Eric ran into. So we scheduled for the last Friday of the month for last month and this month. And we're going to be skipping November. I do have another exciting sports-related guest that is going to be coming down the pipeline pretty soon as well. I'll announce it as soon as it's confirmed.
What is it? Did he text you about it?
No, we're not confirmed yet. We're not confirmed yet. I'd like to wait until we're confirmed before announcing it. But it's a great guest.
Oh yeah, you're doing you're doing your networking.
Yeah, yes, it's a great sports-related guest, sports broadcast journalist-related guest, and we are sports journalist-related guest. There we go, and it's going to be great. He'll be on one of our Sunday shows coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. Once again it's confirmed, I'll be talking about it and making sure to talk about it quite a bit until the day. Yeah, we got some great guests coming up on the show, on all the shows. Of course, my cousin Jay will be on as well, coming up in November. I believe it's November 9th, Don.
Yes, November 9th. Yes, that's a Sunday because on November 10th is the 50th anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald up in Lake Superior. Jay was a student at Mass Maritime, and it'd be fitting to have a maritime student. He's been to sea before. He's been up to Puerto Rico. He's been up to New York. Sailed on the Kennedy when they had it. They don't have the Kennedy anymore. But it's real important because I mean that was a tragedy as far as losing life in a lake. So and then the song that was written for it, like Gordon Lightfoot, and that song. He put that song out in like December of '75. What was that song he based it off of? Come On Gary or something like that? What is it?
Yeah, Back Home in Derry.
Back Home in Derry. If you listen to that song, Back Home in Derry, an Irish song, it sounds like record the atmosphere. You got permission from the artist who wrote that song to make it sound like that. I mean, of course, he put his own sort of country twangs into it, and the guitar work. I mean, you have to revisit that song and listen to it. And he talks about the Sailors Cathedral in Detroit. And it's a place that Joe and I will, we're thinking about we want to go and check out. So there's so much to that song. It's, such a long song. But it's like an anthem for the Great Lakes and for the people. I mean, there's a lot of people passed away. You figure the people passed away, they, extended wives, mothers, daughters, husbands, it's the wives, daughters, and sons in that case. But it's very important to remember that. It's part of our history. And they were just, it was just a regular old cargo ship delivering iron ore pellets to the factories who make the automobiles at that time, keep us going. But that's going to be interesting to have that conversation with Jay because 50th anniversary. It's kind of big.
Yeah. So we got that going on. It is 7:43 a.m., but we are going to take our last commercial break right now. When we come back, sports. Sports. We're going to do some sports. Because we got some stuff to talk about. And then transportation if we have time.
Transportation?
Yeah. Transportation.
I know Paul is dying for a rant. He's dying. So you know what? I'm going to give you a rant. As long as Joey doesn't hog up all the time
I will try
with the sports. Okay?
I will try not
to. That's the only thing. I can't promise you nothing because he's in control, Paul. Okay?
I will try not to. All right. Anyway, we'll be right back. Oh, come on. My big finger's over here, pressing the wrong button. All right.
It saves someone's life. It's how you get back. They're unused or expired prescriptions. Before they are arrested, stolen, or simply misused.
I'd like that. Hype it up my guest a little bit. Hype it up my future guest. I'm gonna announce it when it's confirmed. I don't wanna, announce it and then.
Have you checked your phone? Has he sent you anything last night? Yeah, you checked your phone.
I checked it last night before I went to bed. Okay, no, he has not gotten back to me yet.
At this time, we have approximately 500 families in our service area.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'm sure he'll get back to me today. But I don't want to announce it and then I don't want to announce it. I don't want to announce the date. I'm not sure he'll come on. But I don't want to announce anything like the date or anything like that in case he says I can't come on that day.
Yeah, no, of course.
So that's why I teased it the way I teased it.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. 242. Come on. Got big fingers over there. Okay. Alright.
Solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Matthew Mission Food Pantry helps people with food insecurities from the hardships of life. In a few short years, they have given more than 4. The need for For guests with limited transportation options, they are open every Saturday morning from 9:30 to 11:30 at the north door of the First Parish
I'll just
Church,
let you do your
76
rant.
Church
When
Green.
is it
And are
transportation
available to
related?
anyone.
It's transportation related, right? Your rant? Okay. I'll probably
do a
just.
little sport. You said you're gonna come and do.
No. With the transportation topic, it's just gonna be your rant.
Yeah, but do your sports.
I'm gonna do sports. Yeah, I know the sports, and then your rant for transportation. We'll do a more in-depth transportation topic another time.
At Matthew Mission Food Pantry. The Matthew
I don't know
Mission
what I want to
is a
do,
registered
but we'll figure it
501c3
out.
organization.
Maybe something Amtrak related or something. I don't know. There's been some pretty good numbers for some of the new Amtrak lines that have been introduced. It's great. I heard something about was it Tri-Rail in Florida? I heard something about Tri-Rail in Florida. That they were in trouble or something.
About Tri-Rail in Florida?
Yeah, that they were in trouble or something, like they were going to shut down or something. I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff that I can't confirm. Okay, anyway, let's see.
Confirm it before you run your mouth on the
Exactly,
radio.
no. I don't want to, talk about it if it's not something that's.
I could tell you're tired.
I'm a little tired.
Yeah, you're going on.
I'm a little tired. All right, we're back. Sorry, turn down my monitor button. All right, it is 7:48 a.m. this morning. The Patriots are in New Orleans. Yeah, they're in New Orleans today. They are going to be taking on the Saints today, which that should be a great game. We'll see what happens with that one. There's a lot of great games on the docket for the NFL today. It all gets underway at 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m. this morning, and you want to know why, Don?
Why?
You want to know why? Because two teams are across the pond.
Yeah.
Yes, they're across the pond. They're in London. Yeah, the Broncos and the Jets. 9:30 a.m. start, our time, 9:30 a.m. And 2:30 p.m. of course in London. So that'll be a great game, the Broncos and the Jets. Of course, we talked about the Patriots and the Saints. Patriots looking to build off of that win from last week against the Bills. We'll see what happens in that game. The Steelers, for our friend listening in Pennsylvania, they're taking on the Browns today. And the Browns, they're not good, but this, I believe, is a game every year that is kind of an interesting game, regardless of these two teams' records. So we'll see what happens with this game. Right? Browns and the Steelers. 1 o'clock start for that one. You have the Jaguars, who are coming off a big win against the Kansas City Chiefs. They're taking on the Seahawks today on Fox at 1 p.m. You have the Packers as well taking on the Bengals. You got the Chiefs taking on the Lions. The Chiefs are trying to avoid going to 2-4 on the year. This is going to be a tough game for them, though. The Lions are 4-1 and playing very, very well. The big shock so far of the Week 6 schedule was the Eagles being defeated by the Giants. They've lost 2 straight, the Eagles, and that is not good. Not good at all. Another team that seems to be struggling as well, and it's probably not going to get too much better until some of their players come back from injury, especially their quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Baltimore Ravens, 1-4 on the year. They got a really tough game today at 1 o'clock against the Rams. That may end up being a loss. To have 5 losses and you're not even into week 7, that doesn't sound that great when it comes to playoff hopes there. A quick look at the college football schedules here. The results for this past weekend. We're just going to go through the top 25. South Florida defeated North Texas on Friday, 63-36. That sounds like a basketball score. That sounds like a high school basketball score. But there you go. Saturday, a ton of games that were kind of some big surprises in there. Ohio State took care of business against Illinois, 34-16. They're going to still probably be ranked number one when the new AP polls come out prior to week 7. Then you got prior to week 8. I apologize, not week 7. We're in week 7. But Ohio State's probably going to be number one going into the next week because they took care of business against Illinois. Indiana defeated Oregon 30-20 in a shocker there. Old Miss barely escaped Washington State 24-21. They got the win. They may drop. They may drop a little bit, maybe a position or two because of the result there. Again, the results matter when it comes to the top 25. Texas A&M, who is ahead of Old Miss, who is behind Old Miss by one position in 5th. They won 34-17, so they're probably going to jump up a spot in the rankings. Oklahoma was defeated by Texas. Number 6 Oklahoma lost to Texas, an unranked team. Arch Manning looked very, very good in this one. It was a rivalry game, Oklahoma versus Texas, the Sooners versus the Longhorns. It's called the Red River Rivalry, and Texas won this one, 23-6. It wasn't even particularly close. Alabama defeated Missouri in a very entertaining game, 27-24. You had Texas Tech, 42-17 over Kansas. You had number 10 Georgia winning against Auburn in a close one. I think Auburn was leading in portions of the game. LSU defeated South Carolina. Tennessee defeated Arkansas. Georgia Tech defeated Virginia Tech. Michigan defeated by USC 31-13. That was a really bad loss for Michigan there. Notre Dame continues to win. They might move up a couple of spots, 36-7 over NC State. BYU defeated Arizona in double overtime. Arizona State was probably going to be unranked. They were defeated soundly by Utah. They were 21 ranked coming into this game. They're probably going to be unranked now. Iowa State, same thing. They're probably going to be unranked. They lost to Colorado. And I think the Florida State Seminoles being ranked for this season is done. I think we are done talking about the Florida State Seminoles when it comes to a potential playoff spot for them and potential top 25 ranking going forward. They got defeated by Pittsburgh 34-31. So, yeah, thanks for coming, Florida Seminoles. Much better than last year, but still, the Florida Seminoles have a lot of work to do. And real quick, before we end our sports segment, want to check in on the horrendous UMass, one of the worst football programs in college football. Check in on them real quick. Still winless. Don, you want to know how bad they lost by?
I bet there's more bad NBA score.
It was bad. 42-6.
That's well, not quite NBA.
42-6.
Yeah, that's bad.
Against Kent State. Kent State, a couple of years ago, was the worst FBS team. UMass is terrible.
That's a yeah.
UMass is terrible.
Okay.
Terrible. Anyway, I don't want to spend any more time on UMass. They don't deserve any more of my attention. Honestly, they really don't. All right, Don, your transportation rant. Go ahead.
All right. First of all, does anybody know how to read a schedule? Nobody. Okay. I'm Joe Pro from Idaho. I live in Middleboro, Taunton, wherever. I live in this area. And I can grab the Middleboro commuter station or I can go to East Taunton and get down because I work in Providence, right? You figure there'd be a bus connection and take me to Providence in the morning. Well, there isn't. The first train gets down to Fall River Depot at 8:24, and the last bus is a Ripta bus that leaves out of Newport, leaves at 8:08. Can you hold the bus so I can get to work? So I got to go all the way up to Boston and back to Providence. Who's thinking this up? There is bus service. Granted, out of New Bedford and Fall River by Peter Pan. I think it's $10. I mean, Ripta bus is more like free. It's more affordable. It's more public transportation. And the Ripta bus doesn't, no weekend service either. So why can't these people look at a schedule? Maybe make it line up. So I don't know. If I wanted to go to Fall River and then take a bus to Providence, wouldn't you think that's the quickest way to go than going all the way up? I mean, you're talking 12, 24, you're talking $50 to get to Providence. And then you're talking like 2.5 hours of time. I grab a train from Middleboro or East Taunton, get down to Fall River in about maybe 15, 20 minutes and grab a bus. I could be at work in 45 minutes if the bus connected right. I don't know why they do that. Okay? They have all these different agencies and none of them are in sync. I feel MBTA should take the whole state over. First of all, I can read the MBTA website. And whoever did the MBTA website did a really good job because it's really easy. And I look at all these other websites. I think an 8th grader could do better in some of these cases here. But they're not going to line up. They're just, if someone wanted to, take the new commuter rail line and maybe transfer, and then 10 miles to Providence up 995, and there was a bus, but it leaves 8:08. It leaves like 15 minutes early out of the station. And why doesn't that bus go to the commuter rail station? Granted, leave downtown at 8:08, but maybe drive over at 8:30 and pick up the passengers. There's like one city bus that services the Fall River, and it takes you all over the place, and it takes you back. There should be an express bus from Fall River to Providence. It should be a connector. Okay? More people would do it. People would work. People who work in Providence would do it. Same with Taunton. So you want people to ride the train, you want people to do MBTA, you want people to get off the roads and make it smarter. People don't know how to read a schedule. You figure it leaves before the first train gets there. How dumb is that? That's dumb. Stupid. Dumb.
And there is your big reason why why rail and transportation that's not cars is not that successful.
That's what I'm saying.
Scheduling.
Why not have a bus, a connector to Providence? If you had a bus connector from Fall River and New Bedford, more people I know a lot of people probably work in Providence down this area. It's the biggest city from Taunton, biggest city from Middleboro. Okay, people work in Providence, but there's no way of getting there. So you have a train that just services Fall River and New Bedford. That's great for those cities, but you need a connector, and they don't have it. It's stupid, and it's Rhode Island. It's not even Massachusetts based. Okay, so
So get the scheduling right.
You got talented people around here and the people in Providence who have looking for jobs, looking for people to fill the jobs.
Yeah.
Need people from here, but there's no way. You have to drive, or you have to take. It's probably quicker to take an Uber. It's probably cheaper to take an Uber from here.
Yeah. All right, and with that, I want to thank everyone for
scheduling people. Scheduling
is important. All right. With that, I want to thank everyone for listening in today. Whether you were on the YouTube, yes, I'm on YouTube now. I'm no longer doing the Facebook. I'm going to be on YouTube on Middleboro in review on YouTube there. So tune in if you want to see me live.
You're not gonna see you. You're gonna see the back of your neck.
Back of my neck, exactly. But you can tune in. You can tune in to Middleboro Review on YouTube and see any of the older shows that we've done as well on YouTube.
And I'm in tomorrow.
You're in tomorrow, yes. Don will be joining us for Middleboro Matters. Tomorrow's Columbus Day. I will be in at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning to do the morning wake up news. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Stay dry and go New England Patriots. Bye-bye.
Broadcasting live from the Taunton Federal Credit Union Studios at 14 Church Green, we are AM 1530, WVBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DB, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Michael Herring. President Trump says furloughed federal workers may not get any back pay after the government shutdown ends. White House correspondent Greg Cluxton reports.
Okay.
In 2019, President
All right, we're done for this one. I'm going to thank everyone for joining in today. Paul, thank you for tuning in today and commenting as well. I want to thank everyone else for tuning in, listening as well. I'll be back next Sunday here on this channel. Join me on Middleboro Matters, Middleboro Matters YouTube channel tomorrow at 11 a.m. to 12. I will be on there, the YouTube channel, live, doing another edition of Middleboro Matters. So stay tuned for that, 11 a.m. to noon tomorrow. Tomorrow is Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day. Tomorrow as well. I'll be doing. I'll be there early. I'll be at the station early tomorrow, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So, anyway, thank you everyone for listening. Bye bye.
Last week, Afghan authorities accused Pakistan of bombing the capital, Kabul, and a market in the country's east. Pakistan did not claim responsibility for the assaults.
Okay.
The Taliban government's chief spokesman said this morning that